Today I'm joined with a very special guest, Mr. Wayne Lineker.
Chloe, pleasure.
I wanted to know about how you started off.
I left school at 14, didn't take any exams. I grew up with my parents and my brother, Gary, and went straight on the market. The biggest permanent outdoor market in Europe.
Yeah.
It used to be 16 hours a day, 16-hour day shifts. You used to get up and set the stall up yourself.
So how did you transition from that into doing the bars?
Because at the time, my brother was unbelievably famous. He was captain of England. And I thought, I'll share the same name. So I'll open a bar and I'll call it Lineker. Sold my business, sold my house.
You got rid of everything.
Everything got so bad that I phoned my dad up and said, I think I made a mistake. I believe I'm the most photographed person in the world.
Do you think that people find you controversial because you date women that are younger than you?
People calling me a paedophile, a nonce, that's a child molesting sexual rapist. And then the group next to them went, pedo.
That's so
and the group
horrible.
next to them went, pedo. Went, the whole arena was 12,000 people shouting, calling me a pedo.
On TikTok and someone saw your car and was weeing on your car. I was so angry. I sent it to Wayne. I was like, Wayne, have you seen this? He was like, yeah, ha ha ha. I was like, it's not funny though, is it? He was like, yeah, no, it is. You thought it was hilarious. Welcome to On The Record with Chloe B, where I invite celebrities on to tell their truth behind the headlines. You can listen every Monday at 6 p.m. on Apple Podcasts, Spotify and YouTube. So today I'm joined with a very special guest, Mr. Wayne Lineker.
Chloe, pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You know what, Wayne, I thought I've known you for a couple of years now. There's always headlines coming out about you, and I feel like there's, as well as the headlines, there's a lot of common misconceptions about you. And I feel like every time I've been around you, and even when you get mentioned in conversation, I constantly say, no, actually, Wayne's such a lovely person. And I feel like you get a bit of a bad rap.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, it's a lot better now than it used to be.
Really?
Apart from Peter Crouch.
That was absolutely terrible.
Crouch Fest. But yeah, I mean, generally, you can judge it by your hate comments, and they're getting a lot less now.
Really?
I think people are starting to get me at last.
Bit nice. So I wanted to start from the beginning, Wayne, because obviously me and you have had a lot of conversations and you've told me briefly about your life before Ocean. I feel like people often just know you as Wayne who's got the bars and this amazing empire of businesses. I wanted to know about how you started off. So can you tell me about this?
Well, it was before you were born, for sure.
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah, it was. I opened my first bar in Tenerife in 1987.
Yeah.
But I left school at 14, didn't take any exams. I grew up with my parents and my brother, Gary, and had a really nice upbringing. Just a normal family. But we worked hard. My dad was a worker, a grafter. Yeah, we had fruit and veg business, which came handed down from my great-grandparents to my grandparents to my dad, and then finally to me. But yeah, I left school at 14 and went straight on the markets. And by the time I was 16, it was fruit and veg markets. It was the biggest permanent outdoor market in Europe. It was a huge place in Leicester. But back then, markets were thriving. There was no supermarkets, there was no Sainsbury's or Tesco's. And so it was a really strong, good business to be in. And it's a lot of fun and an amazing education for me, working with the public from so young. I was £2 of bananas 30. Get your gums around me plums, girls. Let me weigh them melons up. Let me weigh them melons up, Chloe. Sorry. But yeah, that was the market banter, it was funny. We were laughing all day long. But it used to be 16 hours a day, 16-hour day shifts. And, you used to get up and set the stall up yourself and go to the wholesale market at 6 a.m. that used to open, and everyone used to crowd outside running to get the best deals. And so yeah, it was a good education. And then when I was 16, I said to my dad, I want to go on my own. And he gave me a proportion of the stalls. And by the time I was 18, I had 40 people working for me. So yeah, I learned very young. I look back now and think, wow, to do what I did then. But you don't think about it at the time. You just thought that was just how life was. But yeah, and had some great moments. And but that's the start of my journey, was the fruit and veg markets. And that continued until it started taking a very big dip, because the supermarkets your Asda's, your Tesco's and Sainsbury's, they all started opening up one-stop shops, whereas everyone used to come to the city centre for the fruit and veg. And it just, within a year, it just went from, it probably dropped 70 or 80%.
So how did you transition from that into doing the bars?
Yeah, I just, it was more fate than anything. My wife at the time, Dwayne and Sean's mum, parents lived in Tenerife. They moved there many years before. We used to visit them all the time. And I really loved Tenerife. They lived in Playa de las Americas, and I thought, I want to work out here. What can I do? What can I do? And I used to be racking my brains and thinking. And then I took a step back and thought, I'd love to have a bar, I think that's me, socialising. I can deal with the public. It's one thing I will say I'm good at is knowing what the public want and knowing how to speak to them. So I took a step back and gone, because at the time my brother was unbelievably famous. He was captain of England. He won the Golden Boot in Mexico, and it was crazy. And I thought, I share the same name as him. I thought we're both Linekers.
Yeah.
So I'll open a bar, sports bar / fun pub, and I'll call it Linekers. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened. And I went over to Tenerife. I had 40 grand in my pocket or in the bank, and that's all I had to play with. 40 grand then was probably 100, 150 grand now. But and then but I was there for a period of time, like 3 or 4 months, trying to find a location. Remember, I sold everything. I sold my business, sold my house.
You got rid of everything so you could start this, okay.
And when I told my dad I was going, he got really upset, and I think it's the first time I've seen him cry. Yeah. Because we did everything together. Yeah. And I couldn't find a bar. I was like panicking. Yeah. And it got so bad that I phoned my dad up and said, I think I made a mistake. I've fucked up. Yeah. I can't find anything that I want. I'm running out of money. I said, I can't do this anymore. I said, I'm going to come home. He went, no. You stick it out, son. You stick it out. And it's funny because 2 days before I left for, 2 weeks before I left for Tenerife, I was walking to Rialto Cafe, it was called, for a sausage and tomato cob. They call them in Leicester. Sausage, tomato cob, brown sauce, pepper, lovely. Every morning I used to get one. Yeah. One particular morning I was on my way there, and I got stopped by this maddest vision ever. Yeah. I've seen everything. And I could take to the tile that I was standing on at the time, and I seen this bar. Yeah. And it had 3 round windows, and I could see inside it, and the walls are all black, and they all had pictures on. Yeah. I could see behind the bar. I could see someone on the microphone, and I'm like, whoa, that's weird. But it was literally like watching a video for like a split second, and didn't think anything of it. Anyway, like I say, I was struggling to get a bar, and I spoke to my dad, said I was going to go home, and then a couple of days later, I got a phone call from, and it was a guy called Bill. He's got, all right, Wayne, it's Bill. Yeah. I'm an estate agent. Yeah. I heard you're looking for a bar. So I said, yeah. He said, we've got one, perfect for you. It's in the Patch. So there's a place called Patch or Veronica's, one of the two I wanted to open. Yeah. And so I went, okay, I'll meet you there. 15 minutes. I drove down, and I got out of the car, and there he was, stood there outside a bar with 3 round windows. It's crazy. That is mad. I'm like, yeah. I went, that can't be it, can it? So he's gone. I said, where is it? He went, there it is. I went, I'll have it. Did you not even look at it? No, I didn't look at it. I looked at it, but I said, I'll have it. Yeah. He went, you've not seen it? I said, I don't need to. Yeah. I said, but we'll have a look anyway. And I bought it. Well, I did a deal on it, a trespasser lease thing. And it just went mad. Really? Was it an instant success? Instant success, yeah. Really? Yeah. It was amazing, but it turned out it wasn't big enough in the end.
Really?
So we moved to a place called Starco, and then Lineker's became the phenomenon it was.
Yeah.
I'll still say it to this day, per square metre, that's the busiest spot in the world and will never be beaten, ever. Yeah. Every single day of the year, it was packed.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy. Everyone was dancing on the seats, on the tables, on the chairs. And it was a really, real big success. And so that was my journey.
So, you know, with Lineker's, obviously it was so busy and you've still got Lineker's open. Where is Lineker's still open around?
There's Marbella, Ibiza, Tenerife. It's not many more than that now.
So would you say it took over, Ocean Beach took over Lineker's, didn't it? So you're known now.
So at that time, and then the beach clubs started opening, the daytime venues, and which hit the bar trade.
Okay.
You know, bars are nothing like they used to be. Because everyone used to meet in the bars and then go to the clubs. Now they all go out, get pissed. I call it the sober money. We used to get the sober money in Lineker's, where everyone walks in sober and they just drink like mad to get pissed. But they're already pissed now when they come to the bar. Yeah. They're only in there for an hour because they're going to the club because they've been out all day.
Yeah.
So it's really, it's nothing like it used to be. I mean, they're still profitable. But the daytime venues have overtaken. And
I feel like
one of my partners, partners in Lineker's Ibiza was Tony Truman. And I sat in a pool in Marbella, funny enough, with him. We were just talking, and he said to me, "We need to open a beach club in Ibiza." I said, "Yeah, we do." And we sat there for like 2 hours having a drink and talking about it, what we'd do, how we'd do it. Yeah. And a few weeks later, I was in Ibiza. I went back to Ibiza. And Tony called me. He said, "I found it." Yeah. I said, "What you found?" He said, "I found it, the beach club." I said, "Okay." He said, "Meet me there." So I went to see him, and I was like, whoa. We stood on the road and just looked in. It was an old wedding venue. It was just grass and like little barbecues in there. Yeah. But the land was epic. And it was right in the front in San Ann. You never find it again. Yeah. It's unique. Like, oh my God, this is amazing. So we did a deal with the family that owned it. They were up for retirement. They were coming up for retirement, and they were at that age, and they didn't really care about the business, and so it was all perfect timing. And the universe, it gives you stuff now and again. Yeah, of course. And it gave us Ocean Beach, and it gave us that piece of land. But it was a big venue, but it was the two-thirds of the size of Ocean is now. Ocean's bigger than what we originally seen in that venue. Yeah. So I said, "Tony, I don't think it's big enough." And he went, I said, "There's a restaurant next door. Let's see who owns that." And he's found out. He came back and went, "It's the same family." No. And they want to do a deal. Yeah. I went, "Oh my God." So that was the start of Ocean. And then we knocked it all down. And it was like a football pitch. Yeah. We're like, "Oh my God, it's too big." It's too big. And then we designed it, and, with the toilets and the back rooms and the kitchen and everything else, it's the perfect size. Yeah. It's, and now we say it's not big enough, but I think if we went any bigger, it'd probably lose that special atmosphere.
What do you think makes Ocean so magic? When you go there and you say like it is the greatest place on earth, what do you think makes Ocean so good?
It's just, you're in the sunshine. Yeah. You're in around a big swimming pool. Yeah. With beds in it all around. You're happy.
I know that, but what I'm saying is I've been to other beach clubs before and I've had a good time. But when I go there, what makes it so good?
I'm about to tell you.
Go on, tell me.
I know the formula.
Go on.
So what Ocean is so special for is it's so sociable. Yeah. Everyone, you could go in Ocean with 10 of you on a bed and you'll be friends with 50 or 60 other people before you go. Yeah. Because all the beds are so close to each other and everyone joins in, starts chatting. Better guys, better girls, they're all flirting with each other, all having fun. Everyone's so happy in there, and everyone dresses up, and it's a big day out. I think, it's a really weird statistic is now that they they used to book the flight first or the hotel and this and the other. They book the bed first now, just in case they can't get one when they go. So they book the bed now and then they work the holiday around getting the bed at Ocean, which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Not everyone, obviously, but that's the trend now.
So many compliments and questions about my teeth. I had composite bonding at the lovely Tooth Club. They have offers on each month and you can pay monthly. They're based all over Essex, Hertfordshire and Kent. So many of the team from Towie and Love Island have been there. Check them out on Instagram, Tooth Club UK, and don't forget to mention Chloe10 for an extra discount. Thank you to the Tooth Club UK for being my official sponsors of On The Record with Chloe B.
So obviously I feel like the older generation know you as Wayne from Lineker's. Everyone knew Lineker's bar. Everyone was going there. And now I feel like the younger generation know you as Wayne from Ocean. You are, I would say, like, you're a walking meme, Wayne. You make memes constantly. When do you feel like you noticed that transition that the younger generation were really, really invested in Wayne Lineker as well?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm every lad's hero, and
You are, to be honest. You are.
I am.
You are.
I go every single day to Ocean. I party every day at Ocean.
Yeah.
You know, I did 150 pool parties in 150 days last year.
I don't know how you done that. I don't know.
So all the young lads, they all adhere to me, and the girls are great. They're all on Hindus and have pictures with them. And
yeah.
I think I'm the most. I believe I'm the most photographed person in the world. In the world. I don't know anyone that could be more. I have 300, 400, 500 a day sometimes. Really? Every single day.
And when do you notice that people started getting interested in your personal life? Because listen, there's so many people that own businesses, bars. People do care about your personal life. They care about who you're dating and they care about what you're doing. Yeah. When did you notice that?
It's just a progression, isn't it? The more the public know you, the more they're interested in you.
And how did they begin to know you? How did that happen?
Just through social media.
Really?
Yeah, through, you know, if you think 300 pictures of me a day going out on social media.
Because you made yourself known as the owner.
Like,
you wanted that.
Now it's become a thing. You've not been to Ibiza unless you've had a picture with Wayne Lineker.
It is true.
which is totally bizarre.
Yeah.
But it's true. That's how they think. You know, I could be in a cafe and just trying to hide for a bit, and then the family will walk by, see me in there, just run in and have a picture with me. Yeah. You know, it's like, it's just how it's got. But yeah, and then obviously then I went on Celebs Go Dating. Yeah. Because before that, my profile was a little bit, you know, controversial, so we say.
And why would you say that? Because of the women you date being younger?
Some people didn't like me because they didn't know me. Pardon?
Do you think that people find you controversial because you date women that are younger than you?
Yeah, but I mean, they're all 25 or 30.
That's what I'm saying. I completely know that, but what I'm saying is from an outsider,
you've got to understand
people judge.
I'm surrounded by people this age. I don't socialise with people my own age. Yeah. Because, you know, I own Ocean and all my bars and this and that. So wherever I go, it's younger people. So
of course, and I don't think you're doing anything wrong at all.
No, it keeps me mentally young. You know, I'm socialising with, you know, guys and girls that age all the time. So yeah, but I've been single for 5 years. So
5 years. So you think that people have this opinion of you because you do date women that are younger, which obviously I've been around you. I know that you only date women over the age of 25, and I don't feel like
I wouldn't.
That's wrong at all.
It's older than that now.
Oh, is it? It's gone up.
Yeah.
What are you at now?
Pensioners now.
You're looking for a nice pensioner. Yeah. But the thing is, though, it's quite funny because obviously I know people do give you a hard time about dating younger women, but the thing is, Wayne, I couldn't imagine you with like an older woman. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're at Ocean every day. You can't be dragging like an older woman called Carol through Ocean, can you?
Well, I'd sooner not comment on that, to be honest with you. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just happy being me. And
so when you made the decision to go on Celebs Go Dating,
I don't feel any guilt.
No.
You know, that I'm taking a 30-year-old woman out. I don't see there's any problem with it.
No.
And I don't think anyone else does, really.
I don't. I think it's quite a lot of jealousy.
But you get your trolls and your haters, and, you know, and then they'll pick up on the slightest little thing and just attack you. But that's social media. It has got a lot better since, because we did I'm not saying I'm the reason for it, but at that time, the abuse was so strong, not just for me, for for so many people, you know, especially, you know, people were taking their own lives, like Mike Theolites and, you know, he's a good friend of mine, and, you know, he got attacked, he got abused, and on social media and verbally abused, and, you know, it ended up him taking his life. Caroline Flack, similar, you know, my ex-girlfriend, Sophie Graydon, I was with her for 4 years. She took her own life because of abuse. She went in Love Island. We weren't together at that time. She went in Love Island, and, you know, she was a really successful girl, and very beautiful, tall, just lovely, right, strong personality, you know, happy girl. And she went on Love Island. She came out, she got so much stick on her social media, and in the papers and this, that, and the other. And, you know, at that time it was really, really bad. So anyway, Sophie ended up taking her own life, which was very upsetting. She was my ex. And I just sat back and thought, we need to try and do something, try and support this movement that people are trying to do to stop this abuse. And, you know, people calling me a paedophile and, you know, like a nonce, you know, that's a child molesting sexual rapist. If you Google it, that's what comes up, you know, so they're awful words. So I thought I'd do a podcast, and I'll call it No Excuse for Abuse. It's the winter time, so I was free. You know, I get all my celebrity friends on. Chloe Ferry came on, Tom Zanetti, Callum Best, and, you know, loads of celebs came on every week. We had 2, and they'd tell their stories about how they got abused and socially abused, social media, and the papers. They were terrible as well.
Yeah, I remember when you went on Celebs Go Dating, I think you actually sent me an article what someone had said about you. And
I came out of Celebs Go Dating, and this guy, I can't remember his name now, he wrote a double-page spread in the Sun. Wayne Lineker should change his name to Wayne Kerr.
What?
So I'm like,
it's quite personal though, isn't it? As well, it's not really.
How can you do articles about about people getting abused and people taking their own lives because of the abuse, and then you've got that bigger platform to
and you're
stop
just insulting me,
and you're joining in, you're worse than everyone else, you know, because, you know, on social media you got a chance to come back and say, you know, you're not in the papers.
No, of course.
So I posted that, and it went viral. Everyone stood up for me, and people understood that wasn't nice, and they've seen that I'm a decent guy. Came on Celebs Go Dating. Is
that your reason why you went on Celebs Go Dating? Did you want to go on there and show people a bit more of yourself?
Yeah, I went on there because I thought, you know, I've had enough of people assuming what sort of person I am without knowing me or even knowing anything about me. So I thought, here's my chance to try and get a message across that, you know, I'm actually all right. I'm just one of the lads. I'm trying to live the best life, you know. Yeah.
So obviously we've spoken about how the fact you constantly go viral, Wayne, and I've got to be honest, I have never seen someone go viral so often.
Yeah,
one of my favourite ones, I've got to say, it was really funny. Obviously it was terrible about what happened with the Queen, but the tribute that Ocean Beach done for the Queen went viral very, very quickly. And some of the tweets I see were hilarious. Someone said, the devil works hard, but Wayne Lineker works harder. How has he found 20 Union Jack bikinis in an hour?
Thongs.
Thongs. Of course it was a thong. So in them moments,
I mean,
what do you expect, or how do you feel?
So that morning we did the tribute. Obviously the day previous the Queen passed away. It was obviously a huge moment in history, but previous to that, we did a tribute, the London tribute, every Friday. Yeah. Turned out, I think she passed away on Thursday, so we did the tribute. I can't remember what day it was. Yeah. Anyway, we decided, Tony, Gemma, myself, we had a meeting. We said, let's do a tribute to the Queen. Yeah. Let's do what we do, but spice it up a bit. So we did this tribute. I mean, everyone at the venue thought it was great, but because people would take pictures of, the guards.
Yeah.
What do you call them? Anyway, they're walking in with fucking thongs on.
Was it the beefeater hats?
The beefeaters,
yeah, there's a lot of them as well.
So the girls are dressed up as beefeaters, but they got thongs on.
There's a speech. I'm telling you, got a speech.
So I think it might have been that. So people started tweeting it.
Yeah.
And it just went mad.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone, because I know how you go viral is when you cause a debate. Yeah. Some people liked the tribute, some people didn't. Yeah. So they're all arguing and they're all hashtagging.
It went mad, yeah.
So I was, this is really, really crazy. Yeah. So the Queen had just died. The Queen was trending number 2.
Oh my God, you was number 1?
I was number 1.
Oh my God.
I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, that's a true story.
Is there any other times you've gone viral?
I'll go all viral all the time.
What's some of the memorable ones for you?
I've been trending number 1 on Twitter about 7 or 8 times.
Yeah. So obviously this is one of the examples when you went viral. Have you got any other ones that really do make you laugh?
Yeah, there was one. I did a video for my Instagram. Yeah. And it was the venue was closed, and there's an old dating show where you push the girls in the pool, the 6 girls. Yeah, yeah. And the one that's left, you take out on a date. Yeah. So I thought I'd do it. Yeah. So all the girls are dressed in like bikinis, obviously, they go in the pool. Yeah. And so they all stood at the edge of the pool. Yeah. So I'm walking across them and I'll push one in. Yeah. Here. Yeah. Like here. Because you walk, that's where you push it. The next one in. Then the one from the last, I went, bosh, because I know her. Yeah. So it was more of a laugh. Yeah. But some really well-known feminists picked up on it and gone, how dare he push girls in the pool by their breasts?
Oh, stop it. By their breasts.
So then that's gone, that's gone nuts. That's gone nuts.
Oh my God.
Again, a debate. Some people are going, no, he's all right. What's he just having a laugh? Yeah. But I'm getting a lot of abuse for it. Yeah. And, but yeah, so that was trending then.
That was trending. Yeah. I feel like you're probably one of the most viral people I know, Wayne. You're always trending.
Yeah, I get about,
So obviously recently I saw there was a lot of articles about how you went to Crouch Fest and how things actually went differently to how you expected. Could you speak a little bit about what happened?
Yeah. It was obviously it's the most bizarre moment ever. Like Crouchy and they messaged me, said they've got this thing, they always mention me on the podcast because it's a piss take that I'm the greatest club manager in the world. But obviously the twist on that is that club manager, not a football club manager. Yeah. And they do these spin-offs about Pep Guardiola and all that with me, and not with me, but talking about me. Yeah. So what would Wayne do? What would Wayne do? And all this, because all the footballers come to Ocean, don't they? Yeah. So they say that I'm having chats with them and talking about the games and stuff like that. Yeah. It's just fun. So they asked me to come on. Yeah. And there's 12,000 people there. It's at Wembley Arena. And it's a massive thing. People dress up as chickens and like all sorts of things. And but they're all football fans, basically, because Peter Crouch's crowd, isn't it? So there's 12,000 football fans pissed at once. Oh, God. So I've sort of realised that this could go wrong, Anyway, it was my time to come on stage. And I'm like, I'm thinking, it's a bit like people like me now and all that. And so I've walked out. This didn't help. I got 2 absolute worldies on my arm.
Oh, God.
They're holding my arms with a bottle of Grey Goose in the other one with some sparklers on. I'm walking out. Oh, God. It's like, oh, my God. And everyone started cheering a little bit. Okay. And then that went silent because someone went, there's a group of about 10 lads in the bottom right-hand corner. Yeah. You're going, pedo. Oh, and then the group next to him went, pedo.
That's so
and
horrible.
the group next to him went, pedo. Went the whole arena was 12,000 people shouting, calling me a pedo. Yeah. I'm on stage just I wanted to do a Gemma Collins and fall through the fucking stage.
I bet you did, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, it wasn't a very nice moment. I was like, wow, this fucking woman. So I'm on stage going like that to the crowd.
It's disgusting.
They're like, pedo. But yeah, it's like,
it's so mad, isn't it?
It's called herd mentality. You know,
of course,
one joins in the one group, then the next group, blah blah blah. And before you know it, everyone's talking about it.
It's so mad, isn't it? Because when you posted, I even commented, I bet these group of boys are like begging for a table at Ocean.
On the way there, I went on the tube. I always travel. When I travel in London, I travel on the tube.
Yeah.
It's easy, it's faster, it's quicker.
Yeah.
And there's like, the train's pretty busy, the tube's pretty busy, and there's all groups of lads going to the Crouch Fest. Yeah. So they're all jumping on me, go, can't wait, there's a picture. They didn't know I was going there. They're all like, yo, we love you, Wayne, you blah, 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 blah. The same people were obviously calling me a pedo 2 hours later.
Yeah.
So I found that hilarious. But yeah, I mean, I stood there and I'm like, whoa, I need to.
How did you get out of the situation?
Because they said, we want you on the stage every 20 minutes. I thought, I can't go back on there. It'll just get worse. So I decided, I said, look, lads, I'm going to go home. So I went home.
That's so sad. That's so horrible.
Sat on the tube on my own.
That's so horrible. It's disgusting. And I think...
Yeah, it's not bad. I got a lot of love from people saying that, you know, you shouldn't have gone through that.
But the thing is as well, I've got to add as well, I feel like, you know, people do date people that are younger than them, be that a woman dating a man that's younger than them. Like, you know, I feel like when it's a cougar, it's almost sort of congratulated. Oh my God, you've got yourself a toy boy. But I feel like you always date women that are of a reasonable age and you treat women with so much respect. Like, I just want to add on as well, like, I've obviously known you for a few years now, and the experiences I've had with you, whenever I've gone to Ocean or been in your company, you've treated me with so much respect. And I feel like, you know, there's one occasion which whenever people mention you, I always bring up, and even my mum as well. So, because she always says, he's such a nice man, he treated Chloe so lovely. There was a time when I was in Ibiza, I was stranded for reasons that was out of my control and I was really upset. And I didn't really know anyone, so I spoke to you and I said, Wayne, I'm stuck, I need some help. You had a dentist appointment, I think, and you was like, sorry, I've got a dentist appointment. I said, okay, it's fine, don't worry. Wayne cancelled his dentist appointment, went out of his way to pick me up, take me for lunch, calm me down because he knew I was scared of flying. And you were so kind to me. And then you took me to the airport and was so lovely. You could tell how stressed out I was. And I feel like people don't see that side of you.
Yeah, the worst thing was you had about 5 big cases.
I did have 5 big cases.
I couldn't get them in the Bentley.
He turned up. I was pushing. You actually do say to me, Chloe, I've never seen someone push so many suitcases in their life.
It was a funny moment.
It was a funny moment.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm just a nice guy, really. I think I am. But yeah, I always help. If people are in trouble, I'll always help.
And as well, what I wanted to speak about as well, because I don't think people see this, obviously, me being friends with someone who works for you, I do see a lot of the good things you do for people. So obviously, when you have people come to Ocean that may be disabled, I've seen the way you treat them. Could you speak a little bit about that, the things you do?
Yeah. I mean, I had a woman approach me about 18 years ago. And I wasn't well known then. I was reasonably, you know, some people knew me, some people didn't. And this woman approached me and said, look, I don't know why I'm writing to you, but I want to write to you just to let you know, and anything you can do would be amazing, even if it was a visit to the hospital and this woman called Lynn Rowe, she had a son called Ben. And he was 2 years old at the time, and he had leukemia and Down syndrome. And he's had tubes up his nose, and you know, he's really in a bad way. And she had 3 children. They're all adopted. She adopts them all, and they're all special needs. So I'm thinking, what an amazing woman. So I then drove to Doncaster to see her and Ben. And we become really close, and I got all my celeb friends to do a concert, and it was amazing. It was amazing. About 2,000 people there. Yeah. My daughter Tia sang at it.
Oh, that's
she
sweet.
was like 8.
Yeah.
She sang. What did she sing? She was amazing. Yeah, I was so proud of her.
Yeah.
Amy Winehouse, she sang all of Amy Winehouse.
Oh, that's sweet.
Valerie. She sang Valerie. And it was such a great moment. And then at the end of Ben came on the stage, and I've got a picture on Instagram of me holding him with a microphone. And we because the idea behind the fundraising concert was because Ben couldn't go on holidays. He couldn't be in the pub within distance of any public because his immune system was so low. Yeah. And with him having leukemia, if he caught a strong cold or the flu or anything like that, then his life's in danger. So the only way they couldn't go to hotels, for example. So I thought, they wanted a static caravan, you know, so they could go to Norfolk or wherever they go. And anyway, we raised enough money to buy him a static caravan so he could go away on holiday so they go away they still use the caravan now. Yeah. But it's a beautiful one. Yeah. It's like a little home. Yeah. They still use that. And we're still close after all these years. I still see her, I still see Ben. And then, so that was my start of my journey with Down syndrome. And then Victoria Bowman came along and, you know, I did some nice stuff for her. And because her sister contacted me saying that Victoria would love to come to Ocean, but she feels uncomfortable around crowds. I said, I'll change that for her. So I said, I'll tell you what I'll do, because this was a couple of weeks before we opened. I said, bring Victoria, and she had another 2 Down syndrome girls with them, women. So I said, bring them to Ocean, or I'll open it a day early for you.
That's so lovely, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
So I got all the staff there.
Yeah.
They all had champagne on the roll.
That is so lovely, Wayne.
It wasn't open.
Yeah.
And I got DJing to play them some songs. Yeah. And I got the staff to give them a fuss. And we had even though it was closed, you know, we had a couple of hours. It was amazing. It was the best time. The day before we opened, and all the staff were happy. And
that's so lovely.
And then we went to Ibiza and Lineker's, and then she came to the opening party next, and she, obviously with all the public, she was fine. I think it gave her a lot of confidence. Yeah. And and that's really, and obviously deaf and dumb people come to Ocean, and you know, I always get them on the stage if I can. You know, I just think it's amazing that they can't hear the music, but they're dancing and they're happy and they're vibrant. And like, they're probably having a better time than everyone else. I'm like, I say to them, you know, how do you listen to music? Yeah. And they go, no, I hear.
That's so lovely. That is so nice.
Yeah. And they're all such lovely people. Yeah. They hear it through the vibration.
Vibrations,
yes, they're all, if you notice, they'll all stand near a speaker. Yeah. So they can feel the music. Yeah. It's amazing.
I feel like that's what makes you different though, because I feel like, you know, obviously I've been around Ocean. I feel like you really do go out of your way to make sure everyone's having a good time. And I feel like you don't necessarily need to do that. Do you know what I mean? You've got a packed out place.
I can't not mention Louis Henry. He's one of our best friends now. He's got cerebral palsy. He came to Ibiza with his sister. It's very early days of Ocean. His twin sister. She came out first. She's perfectly fine. And then the hospital left Louis in the womb too long, and he was starved of oxygen. So when he was born, he was born with cerebral palsy. And he's the loveliest kid you will ever meet in your life. You know, he's just so beautiful and such a good heart, and he's always happy, he's always smiling. So he came into Lineker's. Nothing was arranged. He just came to Lineker's with his sister. So I said, "You all right, mate?" Blah blah blah. You know, and his sister. I spoke to his sister. What's the story? She told me what happened, and she went, "He loves Ocean. He wants to come to Ocean." I said, "All right, we'll have a day out tomorrow." Yeah. So I invited him the next day, and we had the best day out. Yeah, and it was really funny, and it was such a beautiful thing for me to be able to change someone's, you know, perception of life, and give them such a great time, and make them feel like they're a part of it. And and 2 days later, because his sister said to me, Lily's her name is Lily said, what's his name? Craig David. Yeah. He loves Craig David. Yeah. And he was on it, playing at Ibiza Rocks 2 days later. So we're like, I'll get him. We'll go and see him in his changing room.
Yeah.
They're like, what?
Yeah.
I said, no, we will.
Yeah.
So I phoned Ibiza Rocks up and they said, what do you need? I said, look, I've got this guy, he's in a wheelchair, he's got cerebral palsy, he really wants to meet Craig.
Yeah.
They went, yeah, no problem, bring him up.
That's amazing.
So we brought him right around the back and he's like, he's like, Craig David come out his dressing room. Super nice Craig was.
Yeah.
Really lovely guy.
Yeah.
Spent a good 10 minutes with Louis.
So lovely.
And with pictures. And yeah, so it's nice. But I'm very fortunate to be able to be in this position where I can do something like that. It's nice.
Yeah.
It feeds my soul.
It does. Another question I wanted to ask you was, I always think about this all the time, and I think I've got the utmost respect for your family because the fact that they have the ability to remain silent, because I know that I wouldn't, and even sometimes it makes me so angry. How do your family feel about seeing some of the things that I wrote about you?
Well, that's if anyone ever says to me, does it affect you? I said, no, not at all, which it doesn't. I don't care. Yeah. Let's say what they like.
Does it really not bother you at all?
Not at all.
Really?
I think it's funny.
I know, actually. I've got an example of how you thought it was hilarious. I thought I saw this terrible, absolutely disgusting video, which I was so angry. It was on, you remember, it was on TikTok, and someone saw your car and was weeing on your car. I was so angry. I sent it to Wayne. I was like, Wayne, have you seen this? He was like, yeah, ha ha ha. I was like, it's not funny though, is it? He was like, yeah, no, it is. You thought it was hilarious.
No, it's not funny, but
he laughed it off. The ability to do it, I just couldn't believe it.
I go to my car sometimes. If it's dusty, it's quite a dusty island, isn't it?
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, there's either a cock on there or pedo on there, or because it's obviously a well-known car. Yeah. It's got my name on it. Yeah. And, and sometimes I get sex messages from girls on there.
That's a bonus. Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. So it's not all bad. Yeah. But yeah, that's funny. But the only time it upsets me is when my children have to read it. Yeah. Tia, my daughter, especially my daughter Tia.
Of course.
She's my princess, and for her to have to. She doesn't read it, obviously. She wouldn't. But if she did see something that's, calling her dad a pedo,
disgusting,
or whatever they, a nonce, it's not nice for her. But yeah, and it upsets her. So that in turn upsets me.
Of course,
I don't care. I've got thick skin. But I'm getting a lot more love now than I'm getting hate. So,
yeah, I've actually noticed that. I feel like there's a change. Yeah, I feel like I noticed the most when Caroline Flack took her life. That's when I noticed the change really, because I feel like there was a bit of a trend to be a bit nicer. I feel like the trolls used to be terrible, where it was like it's nice to be nice.
Yeah, and I was really good friends with Caroline. Really good friends. She used to come ocean all the time. We used to spend the days together, and it's just so sad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's terrible.
On the Record with Chloe B is exclusively sponsored by the Tooth Club UK. Make sure you check them out, as they've got clinics all over Essex, Hertfordshire and Kent. Check them out on Instagram, the Tooth Club UK, and don't forget to mention Chloe10 for an extra discount.
So we have been joined by another little guest, and that is my lovely best friend Alicia, who actually doubles up as Wayne's social media manager. So can you explain how we met, Alicia?
The full story, or
just give us a little rundown.
So Chloe was a guest of Wayne's at Ocean, and I was very, very hungover from the night before, which actually is not a regular for me. I don't
know, I think that's actually really
I always get up. But the night before, I'd been out with Charlie Sloth. Yeah. And Wayne was very good. Wayne went to bed early, and I stayed out. Yeah. And then I went to Ocean and met Chloe. I was really late for the lunch. I did not want to meet you for lunch. I was hungover. I just thought, it's going to be another celebrity that's going to be really, really rude.
You're strange, babe. You're getting at 6, absolutely wasted, and then you go for 2 mile.
I'll go for a jog.
She's like, I said, what are you doing? She went, I'm on a jog. I went, don't lie. How can you possibly be on a jog? She went, I am. She does it all the time.
I do it all the time.
But she never jogs when she's not, when she's
normal.
Sober.
Yeah, I've never seen you jog.
So that was it. I was dreading to meet you because I just thought you were going to be another rude celebrity. And actually, I'm so glad that I turned up because we're best friends from it.
Thank you for that. Honestly,
you created the friendship.
He's creating dreams, making friendships.
Stop giving door.
You honestly don't. So I wanted you to come on because I think obviously obviously you have a really big insight into Wayne's life. You've got control of his social media. You also see the trolling he gets and so the treatment in the good and the bad. So I just wanted to see, like, you know, you see his DMs. Tell us about him, because I think everyone would
very interesting place.
Everyone would love to see Wayne Lineker's DMs. So tell us a little bit about them, Alyssa.
Yeah, but be warned, girls.
I need
somebody watching.
There's somebody watching.
Do you know what? They are a very interesting place, but I think from the beginning when I work for you, because I began working for Wayne when he did the No Excuse for Abuse podcast. Mm-hmm. I went on as a social media manager for that, and then the sort of rest is history. I progressed to doing Wayne's personal social media. And I do think as a whole, from when I first started doing it before the podcast actually went out to the public, because obviously it's slightly delayed, the abuse that Wayne gets in his DMs are virtually nothing.
Really?
I notice when they spike is when something like, say, when the Peter Crouch Fest incident happened. That's when I noticed there was a few...
Well, it got worse.
There was a few comments that crept up, because to be honest with you, it's virtually nothing. There's like virtually no hate.
Yeah.
Then they'll start creeping in from that. But then say there's 3 horrid DMs, you've got 1,000 lovely DMs, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got a lot. And
there's a lot of love. And off the Peter Crouch thing, I was replying to a lot of people. Obviously, I was sharing them with Wayne and we were discussing them. But the amount of love was incredible. But they are an interesting place, to say the least.
Yeah.
There are a lot of girls out there. I'm just going to say, I do not want to see. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on it.
Yeah, go on.
Say it.
I'll always edit it out.
Well, okay, you can edit this out.
How is it?
No, but like there are girls like playing with themselves. Like, to be honest with you,
stop it now.
Like Wayne will never need an OnlyFans or a Pornhub subscription, because they're in his DMs.
Are you joking?
Yeah,
no, the worst one was when the girl was doing whatever and it was like live. My jaw dropped.
Live?
She sent him like a live video of doing it. Like like she'd filmed it.
It's quite a hard time, because I think
I get a lot of.
It gets a hard time, but I've seen a lot of women throw themselves at Wayne.
They're like one view on Instagram, aren't they?
They're like 1 second.
Oh, you get them.
All the time.
I've noticed that girls that want to send naughty stuff, or message me, have you got Snapchat?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, why are you asking me about Snapchat?
Yeah.
And then I get it on Snapchat.
And I'm thinking, but I've worked it out. She does my Snapchat.
No. I think it's Wayne. It's
I've worked it out, because that's where everyone puts the naughty stuff.
Yeah, because it disappears.
I'm watching EastEnders at 8 o'clock at night.
So
and
when
I'm
a girl
says
to me, have I got Snapchat? I'm like, such a put off. So I can't stand girls sending me like disgusting.
It's all right. You're not opening it, Alyssa.
However, there are some girls, honestly, it motivated me to get my body in shape.
Like, keep it classy.
They're amazing.
You know what I mean? I like class.
You like classy girls?
Yeah, I don't like all that.
What is your type in a woman, Wayne? What do you look for?
Look in the mirror, Chloe.
Aside from me, Wayne.
I like...
Can I answer it? Because I know what he wants better than he does.
Go on then.
So he likes them fairly like in good shape.
Yeah.
You like them slim.
Yeah.
Slim, yeah.
You like them with
legs.
darker hair. They have to be good with kids, because you've got grandkids. Not a lot of baggage, but you're good with kids. So that's what I look for in the DMs. But my view is, and like you say, to be honest, I think over the age of like 30, 40 now. That's what I would say.
Obviously, you're getting older.
Ideally, yeah. But, it's never easy.
But they're not. They're all in the DMs. They're like 20.
It is mad, isn't
20.
it?
Well, I do get
the ones that DM a lot are like 20, 21,
yeah,
25.
But I've seen it with my own eyes at Ocean. Girls do throw themselves at Wayne, and I do feel like people
hello.
It was so funny. I put a question box on Instagram and someone replied, "Why is he so sexy?" Women just love Wayne. Like, what do you think it is?
I've worked with you now for a long time.
Girls love bad boys.
No, but I've worked with him for a long time, and I think you're very normal. This sounds really weird, but I was most shocked at when I first met him. I was like, what is this guy going to be like?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I'm a journalist by trade. I read the newspapers.
Yeah.
I know what's said.
Yeah.
And when I hadn't even met you, actually. I don't know if you remember this. He called me up.
Yeah.
when I was meant to meet him, but I was passing through, like in Canary Wharf, I was passing through a Tesco's.
Yeah.
He called me up and said, "Hi babe, is this Alicia?" I was like, yeah. I was like, all like stuttery on the phone. He asked me to get him a microwavable macaroni cheese because he was hungry. So I walked into this like apartment and was like, oh my God, like that's Wayne Lineker.
Yeah.
And then he just put it in the microwave and then like just started eating it whilst we were like meant to be having this like business meeting.
You was probably really nervous for.
I was like so nervous and like walked through the door, like no shaking hands. It was like, "Hi babe," put his arm around me, like really nice, really normal. And like you spoke loads about your family, but I think that's what people don't see.
Yeah.
You're really normal. You help loads of people out, and that's what. Yeah.
So I was going to ask to finish. Obviously, I'm going to ask both of you, but you work for Wayne. What would you say is the most common misconception about Wayne from working with him?
I think the most common like misconception would be no, I think the most common misconception would be that like you're I don't want to swear, can I swear?
Yeah,
like you're a bit of an asshole in the sense that like you just fucking chuck women, that you date young girls, they're like a revolving door. And to be honest, that is the biggest misconception. I've now done 3 years out in Ibiza. I've never like, you go home every night with your security. Like, yeah, you drink, yeah, you go out and you like have dinners and stuff, but you're not this like...
Don't spoil my image, man. I'm supposed to be one of the lads.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but like, you are actually really respectful to women. You actually are. And like,
absolutely.
I book 100%. A lot of your dates. You always take them to nice places. Like, wherever you take
Never
them.
split the bill.
Exactly. Like, that's the biggest misconception I'd say, is that you're this arsehole when you're not. You're actually a proper gentleman. You even open the car door for girls.
Oh, I'm such a guy.
That is so nice.
Do you know what else I do?
What?
If I'm on an escalator with a girl, I'll stand in front of them on the way down and I'll stand behind them on the way up.
Why?
Because...
Think about it.
They've got to cover their skirt?
That's what I was thinking.
In case they fall down the escalator?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
safety reason.
They still have it all.
In case they fall.
It's like they always walk curbside, roadside, and then put the girl on the...
Yeah, I do that with my dog, to be fair.
Well, yeah, you treat your dog better than anyone,
She
mate.
does. When I posted...
You can't beat manners. Manners are just... there's not enough manners about now.
When I posted on social media about you being here, I had a few questions. So one of the questions was, do you think you'll ever settle down again? Can you see yourself remarrying? You can or not?
Yeah, I think so. Actually, I get asked a lot, would I have another child? But if I do, it'd probably just be for the gram, get the likes. Because I've got 4 in it. I've got 3 grandkids. I don't really want no more kids.
Yeah.
But if I did have one, I'd
and what would you name it? Because I know what you would name it.
Ocean.
Ocean Lineker.
Baby Ocean.
Baby Ocean. Great.
But yeah. As far as settling down, I've struggled to know how a girl would have me.
Yeah.
I've got 1,000 girls in bikinis every single day coming into Ocean, 7 days a week. Yeah. Just girls. There's 2,000 people in there every day. 1,000, 1,200 girls a day all want to speak to me, all want the picture took with me.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Of course.
That's a lot to put up with.
Do you feel like you'll ever get to the point where you don't go into Ocean every day?
I think that I'll meet the right person.
Really?
Then, yeah, because, I can't do this forever. But I'm single. What am I going to do? Stay at home and watch Loose Women? I've got 1,000 girls in my pit.
You wouldn't.
That want to speak to me.
And the last question that someone asked is, if you could party with anyone, dead or alive, that you've not partied with before, who would it be?
100% The Wolf of Wall Street.
Really?
Leonardo, that is.
Leonardo, okay.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Imagine them two out in Ibiza.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd have a blinder, wouldn't they?
Going down, what was it? Eden on a Friday for defection.
Popping into Linekers.
I was so gutted because last year, the last year of COVID. Yeah. I'd arranged with his management for him to come out.
Oh, you're joking.
Not to Ocean, but I've arranged this massive, there's an island off of Ibiza. It's a private island with a villa on it. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. So he wanted the whole island. Mm-hmm. So I thought, here's my chance. And then they said, he wants to, I didn't speak to him, but I spoke to his management. They said, he wants you to come and meet him. Yeah. He wants you to party. He wants to party with you, but he wants to meet you first to make sure you're okay. And blah, blah. I was like, okay, cool. I got so excited. I didn't tell anyone because I thought, if I tell anyone, it's not going to come true. Because I found out that if you if you speak too early, then it doesn't happen. It didn't happen because of COVID.
So
but yeah, it was arranged for me to go to the villa to spend the night with him, have dinner with him and all his entourage and just mix in.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
I know.
And then,
I know.
because she had to get
Instead, he stopped mixing with us. He's fuming.
I know, now he's in Essex.
So it's close.
Yeah.
But if he does come to the island again, I'm pretty sure he's going to come.
Yeah.
But Chris Brown's definitely going to come.
Chris Brown's coming this year.
Is he? That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. He's quite good friends with my partner, Maxie.
Yeah.
And this is a true story as well. A couple of weeks ago, Maxie was with Chris in Dubai.
Chris, not Chris Brown, Chris.
I know, Chris.
It's just Chris.
Breezy. And, he was with him and I'm on the sofa at home watching telly, but I'm dozing off.
Yeah.
I've got Maxie video call. I'm thinking he's pissed.
Yeah.
I can't be arsed.
Yeah.
So I left it.
It was Chris Brown.
It was Chris Brown. Yeah.
Oh, God.
So he sent me a video after. It went, Breezy's gone, yo, bro, hope you're okay, man. Shame you didn't answer the phone. I'm like, oh my
He
God.
sent me the screenshot.
I bet he was fuming.
Bet you were at home eating a Nando's takeaway.
Yeah, 100%. Watching Loose Women.
watching Loose Women.
But I've just thought, it's late at night. I'm thinking, he's not going to talk business now.
Yeah.
Because he's my partner, isn't he? In all my businesses and with my son and Tony. And yeah, and I missed that call.
I bet you were gutted.
Yeah. But I met him.
Yeah.
I met him and his family and his mum walked me into the O2 Arena.
Oh, yeah, I see that actually.
It was
I saw
amazing.
it. Was it amazing?
So yeah, I spoke to his auntie. His auntie messaged me saying, "Hi Wayne, I hear you're looking to come and meet Chris." And,
Yeah.
Because I got someone to try and speak to their team, and his auntie Christine messaged me on Instagram. So I've got a number, and then we started chatting, and she went, "I can't tell you when it's going to be, but it's going to be over the next few days." So I said, "Okay," and I promised Faris, my videographer, because Chris is his hero, that you will meet Chris Brown one day.
You will meet. He's making dreams come true left, right, and centre.
So I said, I will guarantee you I'll make it happen one day.
Yeah.
And this was about a year and a half before. And then as soon as she messaged me, I've messaged him, I said, it's happening. He's freaking out. Yeah. He's like, going mad. He's going, oh my God, he's dancing around the room. I said, it's not happening yet. So anyway, that same day, she called me at 6 o'clock. She went, can you get to, she called me on the phone at 4 o'clock. She went, can you get to the O2 by 6? So I went, I can, because I live quite close in Mountain at the time. Yeah. Price was in Twickenham. I said, bro, can you get to the O2?
He's running.
I went, Chris is going to meet you tonight.
Chris is there.
Breezy, we call him Breezy. But, and anyway.
We call him Breezy.
He went, I'll fucking run there if I have to. It was in Twickenham. So yeah, we got there and we turned up at the ticket office and Christine messaged me, so we'll be down in 5 minutes. And she came with his mum.
Yeah.
Chris Brown's mum.
Oh, that's mad.
You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God. So
tell me about Chris. What's he like?
They walked straight through the VIP thing.
Oh my God.
And we walked into the arena. It's already quite busy.
Yeah.
But we sat in the best seats at the side. And she's walked all through not through the crowd, but around the crowd. And as we got to the front, everyone's turned around and going, Wayno, Ibiza, blah, blah, blah.
He's a celebrity even at Chris Brown.
She went, who the fuck are you? I said, don't worry about me. I'm the next Breezy, mate. She started laughing.
So to end, all I want to know is, obviously, every time I speak to you, I feel like you've got another project going on. You're opening a new business. You have got an empire, basically, of amazing, successful businesses. Is there anything you've got coming up?
There is, but I can't disclose it because we're about to announce it in February.
Okay.
But yeah, something very exciting, and I think the public are going to love it.
Yeah.
But
that's fine.
I'm not allowed to
say. But you can tease it. So you've got something amazing coming up. You're announcing in February, and you think people are going to love it.
Yeah. Let's leave it at that.
I'm very excited. Well, thank you for coming on. Both of you have been amazing.
I'll tell you about one thing. I think I've got.
What?
I could be bringing Greggs to Ibiza.
Oh my God. So if anyone can, it would be you, Wayne.
That's what I was going to say to you. You know, when you said about settling down, I want him to get married purely because he'd get like a mini Greg's van at his wedding.
Yeah, and the wedding would be unreal.
Yeah, absolutely.
It would actually be a party of the year.
I wouldn't do 3-course meal. I'd just do sausage rolls.
Yeah, of course.
and all this stuff that's Greg's style.
Yeah.
Great,
sausage, it'd be unreal. It'd be a really good party.
You heard it here first. It's coming to Ibiza.
Looking very good. That was potentially bring Greg's to
there's actually been conversations about this.
Yeah.
It's a whole group chat, Chloe.
With Greg's.
Yeah, we've got Greg's Ibiza group chat. Greg's Spain. So we're trying to get the rights for Spain. So the first 2 we open will be in Ibiza and Benidorm. Benidorm clients love Greg's, but it's going to be. Well, I don't want to tell you what it's going to be, but it's going to be very different. It's going to be DJs and bars.
Stop it now.
Imagine that. We wake up in the morning and just go down for a quick Greg's and head to Ocean.
Yeah, what are you doing? I'm just at Greg's. Just having a boogie.
That's the plan.
Oh my God.
It's not confirmed, but it's in the pipeline. Yeah.
That is
2024
amazing.
is happening.
Yeah, 2024, Chris Breezy, Greg's in Ocean, and Summit launching in February.
Maybe we'll get married as well.
And have you seen the Greg's ice cream vans, but they sell sausage rolls and stuff?
No.
So yeah, they can part one of them up outside Lineker's.
You already know.
And anyway, that's the dream, and we're talking about it, so let's hopefully.
Amazing. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. You've been amazing.
Thank you, Chloe.
No, thank you. Thank you for being so honest as well. Because I feel like you coming on, obviously, I know you well, Alicia knows you well, but I feel like generally people just don't know that much about you. And I feel like hopefully this is a little insight into a bit more about Wayne.
Thank you, Chloe. You know how much I love you, babe.
Aww.
The little Kimmy.
So that has been On The Record with Chloe B. Thank you to the Tooth Club UK for sponsoring this episode of On The Record with Chloe B. With thanks to Blank Box Studio for their amazing podcast space. Please comment underneath who you would like to be our next guest, and make sure you catch our next episode on Apple Podcasts, Spotify and YouTube.